Do do do. It's the Kevin Show. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's been a little while since I've streamed. That's primarily because I reinstalled my computer and had to do all sorts of stuff. But I'm back. I also haven't touched my 3D printer in like a week, which is crazy. But now I got stuff all queued up. And I got some new filament, some cool black stuff. This is a fine Benchy I got here. Look at this guy. So clean, I did nothing to it. Hatchbox PLA. Um, I'm impressed. It's the first time I've used something other than inland stuff or the cheap stuff that came with the printer. Um, oh, I guess my wife got me some random stuff. I'm not quite sure the brand on that. Um, but yeah, uh, it works. It's cool. My plan was to. I haven't set up any of the slicing software on my computer, so I was going to kind of walk through that, give you guys a little bit of a tutorial on the things you need to watch out for and handle with it. Um, first, so I was playing a game earlier, left it up. Playing Empire of Sin. It's like a gangster simulator. It's a Paradox game, so it's got that cool stuff. Okay, so let me close that. Um, hey, no mas. Oh, I also got a an actual green screen. It is made my Zoom calls so much nicer. Can I actually get to that? I gotta go back over here. Uh, turn off the filter. Turn off the filter. Yeah, look at how green it is behind me. But it makes my Zoom calls so nice. I know I might rock with a background like this or something. Uh, I got my MSR, Mercury Star Runner, Star Citizen. It's a cool video. It's got all these boops and bleeps, which is fun. It's fun. So, oops. No. As you can see, nothing on 3D printer right now. I just finished that. So, what I'm going to do, see, we got screen two. Also, I got random backgrounds now. I used to have just one background that I'd use forever. But now I got all sorts of them, and it's random, and there's some I haven't even seen yet. I just downloaded like 3 packs of a few hundred 1440p ultra wide backgrounds. Okay, so you got a 3D printer. You want to print something. How you do? So my setup is a little more advanced than what I would suggest out of the gate, and it took me a couple weeks to get to the point that I'm at now. But for purposes of this video, it doesn't really matter. Uh, it doesn't really matter how you're getting the stuff onto the printer. In my case, I'm using Octoprint, which is hooked up to the printer. And from there, it controls the actual starting and running of the print. In a normal case for someone who just got a 3D printer would be to save the STLs or the G code to oh, my background changed. Cool. Save them to an SD card and plug that physically into the printer and print from the display on the printer or what have you. Um, or you can also like Cura. You can hook up the printer to the computer and print through Cura, which is a slicer. And we'll talk about slicers here in a minute. But basically, so you get the STL from wherever. You can download from Thingiverse, from Thangs, uh, Squibbles. There's a whole bunch of sites that have a whole bunch of STLs. You could also design your own using Tinkercad, or you can, I guess, 3D Fusion, Autodesk, a bunch of CAD programs you can use to export STLs or OBJs. But in this circumstance, I got something specific I want to print. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hey, I'm flipped in this one. I don't like that. Transform. Flip horizontal. There we go. This is the way I'm actually looking. Oh, man. Oh, autofocus. Focus on me. Focus on me. Oh, no. I'm going to have to fix it now. I have to turn off autofocus every time I restart my computer. It's kind of annoying. Camera controls. Focus. Auto. Make me sharp. Make me sharp. There. Am I now focused more? But my hair is doing this silly green screen thing. I think it's because there's green screen through my headphones, which I'm sad about. Good $400 Arctic Pro wireless. Excuse me. And this is my second pair because the ear cup cracked, and this one now has a crack in the ear cup. I really don't want to RMA it again, but I probably should. I got an RMA on my mouse that from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just got to ship it back to him. Scroll wheel busted on that. Okay, let me find this STL. I'm gonna print. I'm printing it for a coworker, and it's a specific. It's a stand for an LED matrix display. All right. Good. Screen two. So here's what he's wanting. He's wanting this printed. Looks like it's 3 parts. Yeah, 3 thing files. Panel stand left, right, and the bracket. It's a cool little thing. I kind of want one of these now. Seeing how neat they are. They're controlled by a little microcontroller, a little Arduino. Okay, so that's the file. Now, so when you get a file from Thingiverse or what have you, you download it. Let me show off my paid version of WinRAR. Oh, Kevin, you crazy. Oh, I don't have an STL. So you download the file and you get these little STL files. So an STL, what does he have? Oh, I can open them in Print 3D, just like the Paint or Paint 3D Windows 10 thing. How do I want to look at it? Now I've painted on it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's cool. So this is just a 3D object, so a 3D model file. You can't take that and just give it to the printer and say, "Hey, make this," because the printer has to translate. I want this object to the specific path that the printhead's going to take. Path, a whole bunch of other factors, the height and the flow rate, and there's all these rules and settings for it. Oh, hey, D man, Dave the King David, shout out on Facebook. So yeah, you don't get you can't just plop it in there. You have to have a program that converts the STL file into what's called G code. And G code is the language that the printer reads to tell it all the things about, the temperatures, flow rate, and, what motors to run where, how, you know. And so you have to get a program for that. There's a bunch of different ones. There's a couple paid ones, a whole bunch of free ones, some open source ones, closed source ones. I started out using Cura as my slicing software. It's pretty nice. It's made by the Ultimaker. Yeah, the Ultimaker people, which is a brand of 3D printers. It's real simple to use, super easy to get into. It's free. I think it's also open source, if I'm not mistaken. And it's one a lot of people use. It's very popular, so there's a lot of support for it. But the feature set and kind of the process you go through is going to be different, and there's different sets of limitations and all this based off of which slicer you pick. And Cura has some limitations and some features that are missing that the Prusa slicer, which is made by Prusa 3D, which is another brand of 3D printers. It's I don't know, I guess a bit more enterprise. I don't know. I wouldn't even say that. Uh, it is a bit more developed, I guess. A bit more. The features are a little more broad and uh, varied, but this is one that I am going to use. But there's also 3D. What is the other one? Let's just go 3D printer slicers. Okay, Cura Prusa Simply 3D. It's supposed to be pretty good, but it's $150, and most of the other ones are free. Slicer is another one that I've heard people use. I've never used it. Um, a lot of these I've never heard of. Kiss Slicer I've heard of. There's something special about it. Maybe something to do with Raspberry Pi. But for me, NetFat, looks nice. Oh, $13,000 for an annual subscription. Thank you. No, I will use the Prusa slicer. My headphones just died. What are you doing with my dirty headphones? Again, my battery is dead. Hold on 1 second. So far. Magic rechargeable headphones. Okay, now I can hear again. Hear nothing, but I can hear it. Oh, look at that. I'm a vaccinated. My shoulder hurts so bad though. So, hey, shout out to DF Disc Golf. Disc Golfing King, great YouTube channel. Everyone should go check him out. Just Google DF Disc Golf in YouTube. Search it in YouTube. YouTube search it. He's a cool guy. Okay, so we got the Pursa Slicer installer, version 2.3.0. Kind of take note of that. At least be aware of what version you're installing because there are some gotchas with certain versions of things. I'm going to install it for all users. Sure, we'll plop it right in my program files. All the features, I don't really need the drivers, thank you. Sample objects. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. I get that. Oh, you can make it come with Ponterface. Ponterface is a 3D interface, or 3D printer interface where you can hook up to USB on the printer to your computer and use a COM interface emulator to talk to the printer. It's basically what my Octoprint does, but you can do it from your local computer. Okay, and install. UAC prompt. We say yes. Now we let it do its thing. Almost done. No, wait. Not almost done. Yeah, they tell you your arm's going to be sore. And mine was fine for most of the day yesterday. And then, like, 10, 11 o'clock hit. It's like, oh, man. I feel like I worked out. Is this what working out feels like? No wonder I don't like it. But it is a cool little Band-Aid sticker thing. When they did it, they just like swabbed the skin, put the sticker on, swabbed the outside of the Band-Aid, and then they gave me the shot through the thing. So you see it's kind of like clear in the middle. Here's my shot hole for my shot. But I got it done at Walmart, which is weird. It's like, hey, classic capitalistic, emergency measures. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Why is it down? Oh, it's locked up. Oh shoot! I forgot. Pursa Slicer don't work well on a secondary monitor. So I may have to restart it and do this on my main display. Oh man, that's stupid. We'll see if it does anything. I'll give it a second. Drag my background around. Drag my picture around. Hey guys, what's up? How are you? Bye. Here I am. Okay, I wanted to drag this window. We'll go back in the spaceship for a minute. Focus assist. Gosh darn it, gosh darn it. There we are. So I need screen one. Is that screen one? I think that's screen one. Oh man. This stuff needs to be resized. It's Kevin and Shaw. Why is that so big now? There we go. There's my big old desktop. Let's close that. Ultra wide. Okay. So yeah, I don't think that's doing anything. So I'm gonna stop it. Finish it. And then we'll rerun it. Next. Everybody next. None of those, all of those. Interested. None of those, I said. Alright, now we say yes. See what it does now. Also, my vape looks way cooler on a green screen than if I do the just normal remove background. Okay, maybe it's just the thing. It is doing some sort of download. Pulling 12 megs. Alright, let it sit a little. Let it sit a little. I just won't slice 3Ds. Okay, it is moving, even though it is, gives a little spinny wheel on it. Makes me think it's not doing nothing. But it's doing stuff, apparently. Alright, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to go pee. You all enjoy watching a progress bar. And I'll turn on my CPU graph. So let's give you some. Look at all them cores, guys. Look at all them cores. Oh, that one's the hardest working one. Alright, well, we'll come back after I go to the bathroom. Can you tell me if that is still the hardest working core on my machine? I'll be RB. Ugh. And he's back. Hey, it's almost done. It's almost done. So one piece worth. Ugh. And that third core is still my hard worker right now. All right, extracting archives. And can you guys even see that? I wish my resolution wasn't so big. Or I wish that you could stream in ultra wide. That'd be nice. Okay, selected components have been installed. Okay, so now I have a slicer somewhere here. Is that that? Okay, maybe I didn't put it on my desktop. Oh yeah, there it is. Roos slicer. Roos. So now here I am. Okay, so there's a couple things to keep in mind. Slicer has to know what printer you have because not all printers have all the same features. Not all, I guess each printer has its own build plate size, um, you know, and so there are profiles for the different printers, and profiles also set up like defaults uh, for printing. So on this, we'll go next. So yeah, now it's having me pick my printer. Uh, I ain't got no Prusa printer, so it's like none, none. None is checked. I ain't got one of them. Actually, that's cool. I didn't know that Prusa did a resin printer. Okay, I have a Creality printer. And I have a Creality Ender 5 Plus. There she is. And I got a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I will not do a custom profile yet. Because what I'm going to do is. Oh, you know what? I should select none. But let me see. Do they have Hatchbox? Because what they kind of do differently is they. Okay, we'll just go standard. Uh, they have some settings that are tied to the filament, which is nice because you switch filament and temp stuff and all that is going to be dependent on the filament, not dependent on the printer that you're using as much. But they will vary more. So if I switch between two types of filament, I may have to use different build plate temperatures, different extrusion settings and stuff. So, but they don't have the brand. I was hoping they would have the brand just so I could see what they use as their defaults for the Hatchbox stuff. Sure, we'll let you do updates. Export full path names of models and part sources to 3MF and AMF files. No, I don't care about that. We'll associate STLs. Give me expert mode, please. Okay. So now this has been set up for somewhere here you can see the printer, I thought. Yeah, for the Creality Ender 5 Plus. And it's got these print setting defaults. And so now the next thing though is on the printers, there are, let's see, print settings, printer settings. Okay. So there's start G code, and this is G code that gets put into the start of every file you make. And there's also ending G code that does the same thing. Um, what I want, well, actually, let's see. I wish I this, hold on. Apparently, there's a test at the end of the day. I'm supposed to test something at the end of the day. Uh, here's some Docker commands for something. Oh, Rancher. That's something. I'm getting a home lab server here next week, and I'll probably put out some videos of me setting up some services on it. How to do a Plex thing, how to do, you know, Nextcloud or whatever. We'll see. I'm excited for that. Probably gonna run Proxmox. Okay, so now I can see it's G20, and they put these comments in here. Everything after the semicolon is like telling you what that line is for. So okay, now once set the bed to those temps, set the layer, the extruder to those temps. And what I'm most interested in, I want to disable auto bed leveling. Because I've found that it can give inconsistent results if I run auto bed leveling every time. Because there's always, sensor is only so sensitive that measures the setting for auto bed leveling. And you could run it 100 times without touching anything, and the results are going to be different. Not hugely different, but different enough to make some prints not turn out as nice as you expect. So, oh no. So yeah, I'm just gonna take out that line. Excuse me. So, and it does its own kind of wipey line. I'm hoping that that's gonna be where my last one was. Um, Now the other thing, oops, the other thing that I wanted to check was Octoprint or the Octolapse. It has a way to tell the Octoprint when to take its pictures. And I'm wondering, maybe I don't need that. There you go. This setting to create an alternative snapshot command in addition to the default command. But I thought they had a little blurb that told you how to use it. Here we go. So I am using Persa Slicer, so I have to use this guide to enable verbose G code. So I go back here. Tell me to go to. Alright, save this. Just save over this one. Oh, I thought I knew exactly what it changed. Okay, so it says to go to print settings, output options, and give it the verbose G code. Okay. Um, oh, but I need to make sure that is on. Why does it want to signal as copy? Oh, because you can't override a system profile. Now, so each one of these is for a different, like default kind of resolution setting. And normally I pick one and stick to it, unless there's something I really want to do different. So I'm only going to turn it on for these. Yeah, actually, give me a 12 too. Okay, so is that all I need to do? I think that's all I need to do. Nothing to save. Nothing to save. Okay. So let's go 60. And I believe that was printed at 190. All right, we'll get some preheating going. And I'll send it to G28. Going home yourself, Mr. Printer. Okay, so now we've got the basic. I should be able to just slice something and print it now. But, all right, we're going to choose the 0.8 copy. What I want to do first is, since I have new settings, I want to print a Benchy. And first, before I go and print the thing that I actually want to print with this, this will help me, kind of fine tune what to expect when I use this printer setting. But first, I'm going to go through it real quick. Blah, 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 blah. What are you using for infill? Infill I can change for print pretty easy. And there is a skirt, no brim. It will auto generate sports. I'm going to turn that off. Speed. That's real slow. Let's set these to whatever it says. That's too high. Okay. Yeah. Those look okay. Detail resolution used to simplify the input file. Do you want it 0? Don't do that. Okay. Sure. Let's do it. All right. So now I gotta go get a Benchy STL. 2 million downloads. Holy shit. That's cool. It tells you all the bits. Symmetry? Oh, yeah, that's pretty symmetrical, man. Overhangs? Pretty good. Measure the top outer diameter, 7 meters. 7 millimeters. Oh, boom, 7 millimeters. That's cool. I like that little interactive thing. All right, I'll download it. Did not want the Wikipedia page for STL. You can download the official high resolution STL file. Click on any of the 3D print files. Oh, I got to pick. Why would you want to order a Benchy? Here we go. Okay. Wow, look at all these. I didn't even know they all existed. Thingiverse it is. My headphones die again. Come on. Full battery. All right. We'll download. We'll open. We'll extract. We'll look at it. Look at all these benches. Oh no, it's opening a new one. Alright, there's my benchy. Now I want to make sure to choose one of these. Which one was the one I was actively editing? Was it the 8? Yeah, it was the 8. Alright, I'm going to close that one. So we go down to 8. Alright, I need to set my temp settings for this. We're going to go down to 190. 190. Actually, I think I may make that first layer a little warmer. Keep 60 for everything. Let me see my black. Use black. And there's some other settings, but there's nothing too useful in it. Okay, so now I go back. And so we're using our copy 8. I will do 10% infill. And no brim. All right, let's slice this puppy. Slice her up. All right, so it's going to use 4.41 millimeters. It'll take 4 hours. It's a little longer than my normal Benchy. It's probably because my layer height's so low. Let's see what the time difference is. So this is 3 hours. All right, we'll just do it at 6. Bruce is nice because it gives you a breakdown. I think other ones do too. But of the different phases, so it's going to spend 31% of the print time doing parameters. All right, so we'll start with this. Oh no, I didn't export the Benchy into my STLs folder. Okay, so I've now made an STL file. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and upload it to my printer. There it is. So arc welding is going to take it and arc out all the curves. And now it's ready to go. All right. And go. All right. Oh, looks like I got all sea debris. Should go take care of that. Oh no. Okay, so it looks like. Oh, I wasn't using that. So it's not using my custom G code, which means I gotta stop it, actually. But I gotta wait for it to do this. See, I did not use the custom printer with my custom G Kit. But I think that's the only thing I changed in the printer. So the only difference is this part. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. My vaccine. I can feel it. I feel the vaccine in me. Outside of the sore arm, though, I don't feel too horrible. I do have like a scratchy throat, but I got the Moderna one, and the second dose is the worst. What's going on, Mr. Printer? What are you doing? Tim, waiting for Tim to get back up. Okay, here comes the bed. Little demo line. Was here. Your mom's here printing. There you go. Now you guys feel like you're in the printer. I should always have this playing whenever I'm printing. I made this recording so I could add it to my octolapses when I upload them to YouTube. It's definitely got a little speed. I might have turned up the speed a little too high. We'll see that. We'll see how it turns out. If it turns out 75% as well as this one, I'd call it a success. Oh, that's the end of my audio of the 3D printing. It's so cool. It looks at a weird angle. It's flat. It's flat, I promise. It's good. It's good watching. Hey, Mama. My mom is watching on Facebook. Shout out to mi madre. So yeah, in the last what 30 minutes or so? How long have I been live? An hour. Went from no slicing to printing. That was with the installer. Took forever, but it's good. So yeah, now I'm gonna print a thing for a coworker. Doing it for free after this. After I guess tomorrow probably. I'm not gonna stay. Maybe I'll stay. I don't know. I shouldn't stay up 4 hours. However, I did sleep until 4 p.m. today, but I did go to bed until like 5 a.m. last night. Don't tell my wife. I don't even know what I was doing last night either. Puttering around the internet can waste hours, could waste days. I think I am kind of tired though. I'm gonna give this another couple minutes, and then I want to go look at it in person. This camera should have better resolution than this. Something about the way it's hooked up to the Raspberry Pi that it just don't look as good as it should. I think you got that super bright BL touch. I do have a cover for that. What have I done with that? Took it off because I blamed it for breaking my last one. Maybe it's still in the printer. You guys see my big giant enterprise? Think about hanging it up on my green screen. Doesn't that look cool? That's if I could get it up by the. Oh, I totally could do that. Quick, I need some twine. Yeah, I got twine. I got twine, baby. That's some good string. Too high. Huh? There. I got an Enterprise floating in my space. Why? Oh no. Oh, thanks for looking at Patty. But it's worth it because now I got a cool spaceship hung up. Yeah, now when I'm on my Zoom calls, they're like, is that the Enterprise D behind you? I'll be like, yeah, that's the Enterprise D. And honestly, that's why I normally turn off my camera when I stand up. I got a butt crack problem. Yeah, that first layer maybe looking a little messed up on one side. Look at the left. All right, I'm gonna go look at it in person. Hey, Nay, what's up? Welcome to the Kevin Show. The Kevin Show. All right, I will be right back. No, no, wrong one. There you go. No butt crack here. Look at that. Did help with the bright light a little bit. And now I got a little Benchy that's floating around. Ain't that cool? Oh man, I'm huge here. Gotta lean back so it doesn't look like my head is touching the Enterprise. Okay, so the layer it looks 90% okay. Um, I think there may. I think that the only error I'm seeing is on the skirt, which should be fine. Um, but I guess we'll just have to wait 3 hours and see. So, not bad. Mission successful, maybe. The point of the matter is that you got to download Slicer program to be able to print anything. And you got to set up the Slicer program relative to your printer, relative to your filament, relative to the print that you're wanting to make. If I was printing something that had specific requirements, I would probably go in and adjust the settings for a specific print. I do all the time. Um, so it's important to keep that in mind when you get a 3D printer that there is a lot of the work that goes into making a print is in slicing a file, choosing the settings that best work for your printer, for the print, for the filament, for your time and energy that you want to put into it. So I hope y'all learned something. I hope I didn't offend anyone with my butt crack showing. I sincerely apologize if that is the case. And I think I'm gonna sign off for now. I may be back on tomorrow. Depends on how late I stay up. Man, my arm still hurts. No, I'm cool. I'm great. Feeling wonderful. Vaccinated. I'll get my second shot the day before my birthday. So I'll probably be feeling pretty awful on my birthday. But hey, that's the nature of the game, right? So, what? I think I'm just gonna watch it a little bit longer. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, once I guess I can go. Let's take a look at slicing this other file. Why not? I get it done now. I won't have to do it later. That's cool. Uh, okay, so I'll do a new project, and then we'll clear the thing. Now you want to go and you want to import an STL, and I want to import all three of these because you can have multiple STLs per print. I mean, I thought there was going to be three things. Oh, it is three things. So yeah, it looks like this stand has a left, a right, and like a back platey thing. So first thing when I take something that I didn't design and look at it, I try and determine how to position it on the build plate. Because like you can't print over empty space. So like how this is, parallel to the ground, uh, that won't work without supports, and supports take more print, more post processing work. Uh, it takes more time, more filament, a lot more time normally. So what I want to do is I want to place this thinking that way. 'Cause, yeah, those go straight down. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. And the same with this. You can print over open air at a 45-degree angle, which I believe that is about a 45-degree angle. Depends on the settings and the printer and the filament and all that. But yeah, this here looks like it's, I don't know, a 90 degree, 45 is 45 degrees ish. 45 is half of 90. Half of 90 does look a little more. And I use that button to just arrange them automatically. And then I'll be sure to choose my copy this time. I think that ought to print just fine. I was toying with the idea of maybe doing a brim around it, since these are a little taller than they are long. Maybe not. They are kind of narrow though. It's like this side by side movement. Yeah, okay. That looks good. Because I did want to see how long this was supposed to take. So it'll take 9 hours. That's not horrible. So if I start in the morning, I'll have it done by the evening. What is up with that? Now that piece I'm a little concerned with. Some pretty wide bridges. You can do bridges. If you look at this, you see how, yeah, there's nothing underneath this whole top piece. Not the whole top piece. So I think it'll be fine. So I'll export it, but I will also keep in mind that if this print, this current Benchy I'm testing, does not turn out as I desire, um, that I will use a different. Well, maybe I should have done more infill. Yeah, let's bump it up. It will be a stand. Okay. But yeah, if the current one I'm printing doesn't turn out as expected, I'll have to go and reslice this later. But ain't no biggie. It takes a couple seconds, you know. Oh, hey, here's my Facebook. Oh, look at that computer. I don't know, just people sharing their builds. Oh, I like their case. The case is cool. That RAM is so bright. Wow. With that being said, I think I'm gonna get on out of here for tonight. But we got a printing. We did some slicing. We did some learning. And most of all, we we watched the Kevin show. Well, I appreciate your time, everyone who stopped by, said hey. Much love to all my family and friends, and even the strangers out there. So, until next time, be cool, stay frosty. Love y'all, and I'll catch you.